Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have some breaking news. That jobs report just came out, and guess what? We have now added, the economy has added 311,000 jobs in February. A lot stronger than expected, and guess what? Jerome Powell is starting to really freak out now, because what this means is that inflation is going to stay high. Why? Because people are making more money, wages are up, people are spending money, which is causing everything to go up in price. And right now, Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, the Federal Reserve chairman, he is trying to bring down inflation. So this is going to basically make him want to raise the interest rates even faster, even harder than he has in the past, basically in the past year. What is that going to do to the economy? Well, I could predict that it's going to slow it down even more. He is literally actively trying to create higher unemployment. Why? Because he wants to create a reset in the economy. He wants to lower prices. He feels like if companies is going to cost them more to borrow, it's going to be harder to do business, they're going to lay people off. In the process of laying people off, supply demand goes down because less people will have purchasing power to buy stuff, and then that will crash and correct the market. Right now, the market is going crazy. Inflation is rampant right now. The price of food, the president Biden came out and said that gas is down, but you know what? It is down from a super high level, right? Still very, very expensive. Energy is up. Food is up. Everything is up. Housing is up. Rent is up. What does that do? Is making us more poor. Now, yes, more of us are working. That is great. It is great news. It should always be our target for every single one of us to work. But at the same time, all these people are making money, but all that money is just going to pay for an inflated rate of milk and eggs and food. Man, try to go to McDonald's. Try to go to, you just go to Starbucks and get 2 coffees and you're over $10, right? And what is that? A little bit of milk, a little bit of coffee. Give me a break, right? But again, when milk is at the price that it is, and when Starbucks now has to pay for employees, like look at what's happening with unions. Basically, unions keep prices higher for those companies, and that's why a lot of companies, a lot of CEOs and owners, they always try to fight unions in their company, because they know that once a union comes in, it keeps those prices up for the employees, and it really restricts their growth, right? So right now, that's what's happening. It's kind of scary out there, but I'm predicting that with this new information, you're going to see a stronger, need to raise the rates. Now, I've heard politicians, I heard yesterday, I was going to make a video on this yesterday, but I ended up kind of not, because I ran out of time yesterday. But I listened to the entire hearing with Jerome Powell, went to the House, and it's just such a waste of time to have this guy go over there and have these politicians from both sides basically just ask the dumbest questions just to score political points for their party or for people, and both sides were just completely it was all just about scoring points. You had people on the left. I remember it was Priscilla, one of the House members, which is also, had a similar line of questioning to the day before with Elizabeth Warren about how, yeah, sure, Jerome Powell, if he raises the rates, who does it affect the most? It is going to affect the poorest people the most, right? And they're saying like, hey, you're basically the one holding the lever to create more unemployment. And someone like far left candidates, obviously, they prey on the vote of the poorer people. So, they want to be their advocate. So they try to score points. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. Having high inflation will destroy the entire economy, right? So this is kind of like the price. Now, what the government has to do is just help those people when they fall into hard times. Help them, which unfortunately creates, you got to raise taxes for that. But anyways, On the other side, on the right side, on the Republican side, you had people basically blaming inflation on Biden. And that's, that is just not fair. I mean, this guy's been in office for 2 years. He does have a plan. And yes, he does want to raise taxes, but you can't sit there and blame inflation on a guy that just took office. You're talking about, I mean, I would say that the money machine started really printing after Clinton when we went into, the Iraq war. And, this was after his presidency. I guess it would start like around the Bush era, where we went into Iraq, we went into Afghanistan, and we basically turned on the money machine, followed by the '08 collapse. Obama over there trying to save the banks. So he printed a bunch of money. Then we came into Trump, where, unfortunately he got hit with coronavirus, which literally we ended up printing, what is it, like $10 trillion? And yeah, that's why we have inflation. Now, at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to work to bring down that debt and bring down inflation is having high interest rates and having high taxes. And nobody wants to do that. The right side wants to have lower taxes across the board and cut, social programs. But again, social programs are just very minimal when it comes to, the overall budget. And the other side wants to, just raise taxes and keep spending. So it's like, no, that's not the way. You need to cut spending and raise taxes and most likely have high interest rates. It sucks, right? Like if you were looking to buy that jet ski, if you were looking to buy that motorboat, motorhome, if you were looking to do all these fun things, well, yeah, when you have a crappy economy, you can't do those things and people get upset. But at the end of the day, I know it's a short-term loss for long-term wins, right? It's almost like when you're buying a house. It sucks to part with 20% if you have 20% at the beginning. It's hard to part with that, but at the end of the day, right? Like you look at the 30 years that it's going to take you to pay it off. Hopefully you pay it off in less time, but by the end of the day, you really do have something. And I think we need to start thinking like that now, right? It's almost like the United States are, it's like we're living in hotels, right? Where we need to come back down to earth. We need to save up. We need to pay our bills. We need to invest in our future. And I know it sucks for now, but we can do it. Especially the young people. I mean, obviously the older people, I could tell you that there's a lot of old poor people in this country. But, if you're old and rich, obviously you want low taxes and you want to keep living that great life. But for young people out there looking to, have this country really support them in the future, we got to make the tough decisions today, which is going to suck. But again, it is what it is. It is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to make another video today. So if you like this one and, check out my next one. I was going to make one super duper long video, but then I thought, man, like I'd rather just make 2, maybe 3. But yeah, there's just a lot going on. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will be making another video right after this one about the shortage in the housing supply. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Like probably like right now. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All right, bye. Later.